don't care.
I said, she's talking about my room. I was like, I was chilling with
Also, I'll look
myself.
back. Thank you. All right, I'm waiting for it to push.
Like,
Oh, we are live, yo. Hold on, let's wait a second.
I got a boogie.
Yo, send me the link, bro.
Yeah. Can I just slack it to you?
Yeah, dog.
Hey, everyone. We're live.
We're live?
Sup,
Well,
mother?
let's wait.
Frickers.
Let's wait a minute before we jump into it. Let's let it.
Let's see who's here.
This mic is
I'm gonna
hard.
send it to the Discord.
Yeah, let's send. We're live on YouTube right now. Send it to the Discord family.
Bro,
Someone
if
get
you're,
Discord?
if you're
Someone do it?
watching,
You got Discord.
Yeah, I got it. Is anyone
Let's
else
just go
on it?
spam it.
But is anyone else on it, or like, am I doing it, or?
You got it.
Yeah, Matan's doing it right now. Matan's doing it.
Oh,
right now.
Tom's doing it.
Thanks for
Yeah, bro, y'all suck
responding.
at communication. I'm trying to
Yeah,
help
what
you
the
out.
fuck?
I said the words. I am sending it to the Discord.
Nah, I didn't hear you.
I didn't hear that.
Hop in, yo. If you're on the fucking, do it.
If you're on the fucking, do it.
Do it. Do it. Do it.
All right. Well, we will, I guess, get started. Right?
Yeah, welcome me back. Now.
Ready?
How's your back, by the
3,
way?
2, 1. Welcome back to another episode of Caps Off. We are back. We have our predictions episode. Adam is finally
I
healthy.
feel great.
Adam, tell us a little about.
He says he's healthy, but I don't believe that shit.
Shut up. All right, just shut up. I
I don't
heard what you
believe
said
that.
on Monday. You said Adam's stomach. He hasn't had fried food in 6 years. You can't handle it. You had a little beer. You had a little chicken wings.
Adam ate fried food for the first time in forever.
At least a
Adam
decade.
ate fried food, and Adam also caught a 24-hour stomach bug that put him in the absolute
Sure.
I
fetal
saw how we all ate the
Sure.
same thing and didn't get it.
Oh,
Yeah, which means it's not the food.
Coincidence.
Which means it was likely not the food,
Interesting
and likely a
coincidence.
24-hour
Or
bug that
are we
had
all
me
just
in
built
the
different?
fetal position around the toilet. I sent you guys a picture,
A live photo.
a live photo.
Let's not talk about it.
That was
Dude,
great.
my favorite part of that is the end of it. You can see yourself going back for
Yeah,
more
yeah.
surf.
That was a big throw.
Why did you send us that, by the way?
Because there was a part in my
I appreciate
brain
it.
that
It's fun.
I did think you were gonna be like, he just said his stomach doesn't feel well from the food because he drank and shit, and Adam can't drink. So I was like, you know what? These fuckers are not gonna believe me, and therefore
So you pulled Trig on purpose to make yourself
I
feel
knew
Yeah.
that
We
you
don't-
sent
we
that
don't-
shit because you thought we didn't believe you. But
Yeah.
like, I don't know
We
why
don't-
we wouldn't believe
we don't
you.
care that much, bro.
Yeah,
should.
exactly.
Like, you tell me you're sick, bro. All right, bet, get better.
Yeah, go
like,
ahead.
go ahead, get better.
We're
You know?
adults.
How
I'm
often
not
does Adam
high
like
school.
fake sick? Like never, bro. We won't believe you if you say you're sick. Like it's
Yeah,
it's-
if anything, you fake healthy more. Like,
Fact.
bro, you gotta, like, sometimes you just gotta chill.
That's a good
Like,
point.
I told my roommates yesterday, I was like, yeah, dude, this fucking dude Adam was like sick on Monday, thought he had food poisoning, we don't know what it was.
and he comes to the office yelling, like,
But then he sends us a fucking picture of him throwing up. Like, I got you, bro. I got you when you said it.
I have a funny hypothetical that I saw on TikTok this week.
That's a
Oh, this
start
is-
transition.
Okay.
this is an Adam move, all right.
I-
Maybe
I-
Thursday shit on Matande. Let's go.
All
come
right,
on.
let's not make it that. Adam, what do you mean? Fucking Adam faked his sickness. Here was the hypothetical, though, that I thought of that I wanted to share with y'all. You probably saw it also. Would you rather go to jail for a year
Oh, I saw
or
this.
Yes.
go to jail for a year and with a Rubik's Cube and you'll get out when you solve the Rubik's Cube?
Oh, hell.
I love with
Or
what's
so
his
it's
name?
either
What's
40
his
or
name?
Wait,
I
I
think
think you
Theo
said-
Von. I love Theo
Wait, the
Von.
Rubik's Cube is not
So
here.
it's
for us.
either right. It's either you go to jail for a year, that's it,
Period.
or you go to jail and you get out of jail when you solve the Rubik's
I
Cube.
can't.
Red.
What
first of all,
okay, what kind of prison are we talking? White collar?
Whatever you.
Not regular prison, like hard prison.
Yeah.
It's
Hard
like a regular,
prison.
like your ass might get a little wider.
Yeah. Exactly.
Like,
Exactly.
It's a tough question because it's really.
The question is essentially, if you don't know how to solve a Rubik's Cube, how?
I'll be honest, I would
Can you
get,
figure out how to solve
Yes.
Rubik's
I would
Cube?
get way too annoyed and frustrated with it that I would probably just like give up and I don't know. I'll just take the year.
Take the
I'll
year.
take 1 year.
Dude,
Why not?
I think it builds character.
Yeah,
I
I
don't
was
know
about to say.
how. I don't know how confident I am in my ability to eventually find a way. Because it's like how smart are you?
I had a Rubik's Cube phase when I was a kid and I still never fucking finished one.
The thing is,
I
it's like
can
it's
do
an
it.
algorithm. So like the
Okay.
people who know how to do a Rubik's Cube, they know like all right, left, right, up, down, da da da. Like
Yeah.
they know the algorithm.
I can't
Can
see
you
all
figure? Can you
six
figure
sides.
that out?
Well, the other thing,
By
the
yourself.
other thing about a Rubik's Cube though is you could, in theory, by chance,
randomly.
solve it.
But
Yeah,
here's
you
what
don't have to necessarily do all the.
But here's what I would say to that is like, you know, as humans, they say know what you know and know what you don't know, right? It's a good thing. I know I'm not smart enough to even figure out the Rubik's Cube, and I I think I would go crazy. So I think what I would have to do is accept. What's
Like,
the
do you
dude's
think you would
What's
be-
the dude's name from Prison Break that used to always have to hold his pocket?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah.
He's his bitch though.
Yeah, I have a feeling that unfortunately I'd be the bitch in
I'll be
prison.
honest, you are way too pretty to go to prison. Like you would get ravaged.
Yeah, but I think I would have to accept it and allow it as an opportunity to build character, and also build up courage. So
It's the most delayed laugh of all time.
Yeah.
He's talking about building character while he's getting fucked in the ass, bro.
like it's,
Hey, he never said that.
yeah, well,
Well, that's kind of what we were talking about.
It
It's like,
might-
I'm gonna use it as an
Adam,
opportunity
you
to
might
build
run your
character.
family,
just
you
hold
don't
him up
know.
real quick.
it might run in the family,
You
bro.
might have to get used to that.
All right.
Oh God! Nah, I think at the end of the day,
What's up, though?
it's
All right.
are you capable enough to know
I'm gonna
that
tell
you
this
can
up,
solve
it's
it, or can you not? And I know I cannot. I just know I don't even possess the ability to know where to start.
I think it'd be a fun challenge. Though.
Wait, hold on. How easy is it to pull off the stickers and replace
That
them?
doesn't count.
You can't do that.
What
do you
see
mean?
there? That's a
Oh, fuck
loophole.
That doesn't count, bro.
loophole.
Nah, I think
It doesn't count to you,
The
but you're
loophole
not the
is
one
the
approving
loophole.
me getting out. If I fix the Rubik's Cube and there's like a thing and it's like a sensor and I just have to put it up and they scan it,
Yo, we
Nah.
got another hypothetical in the chat here that I want to read to you.
What's that? In the YouTube chat?
YouTube chat
Oh, fire.
from Kyle Saunders.
What's up,
What's up,
Saunders?
Kyle?
What up, man?
love
He
you.
goes, would you rather fight a gorilla once a year on the same day?
Oh, I've heard
every
this.
year,
Love it. See, this is
knowing
what I
you
love.
will survive and heal properly, or fight a chicken to death every time you open a door?
oh,
Bro.
gorilla.
So you basically every year on the same day, you have to fight a gorilla. You know you're gonna survive, but you have to fight it, and you would get hurt.
At some point, well, no, you wouldn't get hurt because at some point you're gonna know its tendencies,
Exactly.
its weaknesses. You're gonna have different weapons.
Or
You're
every
gonna have
time
to
you open
upgrade.
a door, you just like have to punt a chicken.
Bro, no, but to the death, the chicken's not dying if you punt it. It's gonna scratch and claw you and
Oh my
shit.
god, bro! It's like a lose-lose. Like both fucking suck, to be honest.
Bro, but
Imagine
that's
every
why
time you
it's
open a
hypothetical.
door, there's a fucking chicken.
Exactly.
And it's gonna try
Oh,
to kill
the
you.
door is
Hey, obviously,
under
like the gorilla's
Hold
better.
on, though. There is
You carry
inflation.
a gun on you. Carry
There
a gun
is
on you.
inflation with eggs right now. The
Boom.
price of eggs have gone up. Can you beat the chicken to death enough to get eggs for the week? Now, is that replacing grocery
I don't
shopping?
understand. If you kill a chicken, you're not gonna get fucking eggs. It's not like it's gonna explode and like eggs are gonna pop out, bro. That's
not even
Adam doesn't understand.
That's not a worse either. You don't just squeeze a chicken and all the eggs. There's just unlimited
You want to know
eggs.
my favorite part about that?
Bro, that'd be
You want to know my
sick,
you want to
though.
know my favorite part about what I just said is I was saying it in my head. I'm like, this actually makes total sense. And then as you're like replaying, I'm like, you fucking idiot.
Yeah, nah.
Like what? You're
I
right.
would, I would pick the gorilla just because like it'd be annoying as shit.
Wait, you
every
could take a
time.
gorilla.
Well, no, I would.
Well, bro, think about it's like you're about to like go back home after a long hour. You're fucking hammered drunk. Now you got to fight a chicken. God damn it!
That's
Like-
a good point. And you, not to say you can't just get fucked up for the gorilla.
You
know
bring
you're
a
gonna
girl
get fully
home.
healed.
Isn't
You
this
bring
like
a
a
girl
thing-
home. You open the door to your apartment.
It's like,
and
why
there's
the
a
fuck
fucking
is a chicken right there? Like, oh yeah, this is a
Give
thing.
me 1 minute, babe.
You're like, so you introduce this. Like,
Hold on.
But to Adam's point, I'll let you say what you're about to say. You can't get just free eggs out of it, obviously, 'cause that was the dumbest thing I ever heard. But what you can do is
Nah,
get
I've said
free
dumber.
chicken. Like, you don't gotta pay for chicken no more. You can just cook
oh,
it.
you know how to scan a chicken?
But isn't there a certain
Now I'm not lying.
age? Don't chickens have to be a certain age to eat it?
I don't know. Now you went too far. What were you gonna say?
Bro,
Not eating a chick, but yeah. There's another. Someone else commented another.
what? All right. Isn't this our
Oh,
predictions
yeah.
Yeah,
episode?
but this one has to do with football.
I
Can I
love
do
these
one more?
chicks.
Another one? All right. Last one.
There's only 2 games this week.
I want to talk about football. So much has just happened.
This one has to do with football. Someone else commented. This is Carson Cox.
Carson.
Wow, on topic.
Huge.
Well,
Carson?
speaking of chicken,
Bro, that's his last name. You
I
think
was
he doesn't
like,
get fucking
COX?
shit for it all
I was
the
gonna
time?
say middle school must have been really fun.
I'm just saying it's right on top of
This
the
is a
chicken.
safe space for you, Carson. Don't listen to these fuckers. All right. Would you rather be able to only watch football if it was a Cowboys game for the rest of your life, or spend 24 hours locked in a room with Jackson Mahomes?
Oh,
Cowboys, baby. Fuck, what are you talking about? You talk American team for easily like next
well,
question.
you're not allowed to answer that question.
24 hours in a room with Jackson Mahomes is not going to be that bad. It's
Honestly,
over. It's over. 24 hours later, it's over, and then I can watch any football.
No, but
It's not gonna
Wait,
be
can
that
you
bad.
read the first part again?
I have a
What was
feeling
it?
it might
Would
be
you
like-
rather be able to only watch football if it was a Cowboys game?
Oh, no.
Like you could only watch.
That only
Cowboys
applies
games.
to Cow. That only applies to Cow. No shit, Felipe's gonna watch Cow. If someone's like, you
Oh,
watch Dolphins, that's
No,
your
then-
porn.
no, even Felipe, I would say, who's a huge football fan, then you can't watch any other game. ever.
24 hours.
But
with
you
Jackson
can read the
Mahomes.
highlights. You can watch the
At
highlights.
some point, me and Jackson will become friends.
That's what
I
I'm
think it'll be
saying.
fine.
I also think
They
within
don't even have to because 24 hours ends in 24 hours.
No, but
It's over.
I'll be like, you know what? I'll use you
I
for
also-
your brother's suite. Like,
I also think
exactly.
within 24 hours, if I have we could make some content. I could do a whole documentary in 24 hours. I want to find out everything about you, why the way you are, the way you are. You know,
like what do you do? Like what?
like
what
how, like what's it like, and why are you the way that you are?
Maybe
That's
try to
kind
get
of
some
the question.
eggs out of him or some shit.
You sick? Or fight a gorilla?
All right, we should move on.
All right, predictions episode. Good. I liked that one though.
But thanks for submitting your ridiculous.
We gotta do more hypothetical
Dude, I
episodes.
saw-
All
actually,
season hypotheticals.
I did see. We did like a fan on the street thing, a Broncos game or some shit, and it was like, would you live with Jackson Mahomes for a year to guarantee your team wins the Super Bowl?
Oh
Yes.
For sure.
Everyone acts like Jackson Mahomes. Like what we see is what
Or
we
you gotta
think
be
we're getting,
roommates with him.
bro.
yeah, whatever.
You share a tiny
just
little two
coexist.
bed.
You act like we're just
Or a
being
one-bed
dramatic.
flex.
We're just being dramatic. Like what you think? You think that this dude at all times is hit Corvette, like outside, like the
Bro,
chicken
also like fucking, what's that doing to you? That's just cringy. That's literally
Like,
all it is. It's not
for a
it's
year
not
to win
affecting life.
to win a Super Bowl, bro. I would do far worse to
Agreed.
to have the Dolphins win a Super
I
Bowl.
don't think I would have any friends by the end of that year. Because I'll be like, oh yeah, Matan, come over, we're gonna chill, watch the football.
Nah.
I'm like, oh yeah, but my roommate's home.
I totally disagree because the amount of friends would be like, you know what, you took one for the team, and I appreciate you.
Yeah, there you go.
I don't know
There's
about that.
Niner
I know about that one.
My friends are too much
If
ass.
the Dolphins won a Super Bowl because I just
You
lived
need
with
new
Jackson
friends.
Mahomes, my friends would actually throw me a parade. Let's move on.
All right.
Predictions.
Championship
Championship weekend. We're only down to 4 teams. This is sad, but it's been a great season. But we're excited.
Still a great season.
As a reminder, before we jump in it, we are going to be in Glendale, Arizona for the Super Bowl.
Yeah, before the Super Bowl, leading up to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, we're going to be recording a live episode at the Caesars Tent. That's going to be
Jack will be there for the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's going to be
Shout out
cool.
Ryan
So
With.
we'll post
Bro,
all that
if
stuff,
the-
and you'll
if
get
the
to
Niners
see all
make
of
it,
that
oh
content.
my God.
Dude, if the Niners make it, that episode between you and yeah, if it would be awesome content for Ryan With if it
would.
was Bengals.
It
Niners.
very much
Yup,
would.
yup.
It would because then you versus Yaz would be
Yeah.
Well, on the topic of the 49ers, going into Lincoln Financial, 2 of the best teams in the NFL, obviously. Philadelphia minus 2.5. Who are we taking, Eagles or Niners?
You know, Debo Samuel said it best himself. You know, they got some loud fans out there. They got some crazy fans, but nowhere's as loud as Levi Stadium, and they're used to that sound. They'll be fine.
It seems like a biased take.
Extremely biased, and I am extremely biased. But I'm really not that scared of the Eagles, to be honest.
should be.
They don't have much playoff experience with that whole squad. Most of those teams don't. The Niners have a lot of playoff
Want to know what's
experience.
unfortunate, though, is at the most important position, you're back in square one with not having much playoff experience.
Okay, he is about the same as Jalen Hurts. Actually, the exact same as Jalen Hurts.
Good point.
That's a good point.
They played the same amount of playoff games, so
That's a good point.
that don't matter.
That's
Like,
a good point.
Yeah, but one was an MVP candidate.
yeah, one of
And
if
what
Brock
about
Purdy,
MVP?
if
What
Brock
about
Purdy
MVP?
played the way that he played the whole
he
time that he was starting, he would be in that
No,
conversation.
no, he
I'm
wouldn't.
saying.
No, he wouldn't.
He would not be MVP conversation.
Look at
Yeah.
his stats.
But he would be not be like he would not be talked about
He
as
would
like,
have thrown
oh,
for
he's
almost.
just a
He
rookie
would have
with
thrown for
no
almost
experience.
40. He would have thrown for almost 40 touchdowns and have like 6 picks. That's fucking crazy. He would have thrown for like over 4,000 yards. Those are MVP
Hypotheticals
type
are a
stats.
Nah, I
dangerous
don't
game,
think so.
Jake. Dangerous game.
I'm just saying.
Because if we wanted to put Tua stats on pace, I'd be an arrogant asshole, even more than
You could
I
do
am right
that.
now. No, I can't.
Brock Purdy would not have been in the MVP race. this whole
Tua was
season.
on pace for like 40 and like 7 INTs before he got hurt.
Fuck
Now,
this
if we
on pace
extrapolate, yeah.
Well, like what it comes down to is Jalen Hurts is a much better quarterback than Brock Purdy right now. I'm not talking about what they'll be in 3 years. Brock Purdy could be great in 3 years. But right now, Jalen Hurts is way
who are you
better.
taking?
And that's a huge advantage to have a much better quarterback in the championship game. I'm taking the Eagles. I just think they're more complete. The Niners have the 20th
The
best
Niners
pass.
are a more complete team than the Eagles. By
I
far, in my
I
opinion.
completely disagree. The Niners have the 20th best pass defense in the league.
Hmm.
Their rush defense, I think, is number 2. So their rush defense is very good.
Hmm.
But Jalen Hurts can throw. They have receivers everywhere. Like they have
Isn't the Eagles' offense predicated
combination-
off the run,
the
though?
combination of receivers and tight end that they have might be the best. A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, and Dallas Goddard.
You
Like,
think that's better?
better than what?
I don't think that's better than Kittle, Debo, Ayuk.
Oh, I think it's
Gafford.
far better. I think it's far. Well, I'm not. You brought in the running back. I'm not talking running back right now.
I don't think Devonta Smith is better than Ayuk. Honestly.
I think he's way better than Ayuk.
I really don't.
I think they're roughly pretty similar. I just
Yeah.
think opportunity is better for Devontae than it is for Ayuk.
Ayuk was what, a second-round pick?
It's not about
First
that,
round.
dude. How many power? All right, we're gonna go down
No,
this
no,
rabbit
no,
hole.
no. It's not about that, but I used that to start off the argument.
One of
that
them won the Heisman, one didn't. I mean,
One was
Devontae
better in
Smith-
college, and therefore he was a
Devontae
higher
Smith
draft pick.
coming
but that
into the
doesn't mean
NFL.
that Ayuk. If
No,
you
no,
look
no,
at their
no, no.
stats, Ayuk was probably similar or better. Than
Ayuk's going to go to a new
No, no, no.
team in this offseason. It's going to be a different
No,
player,
no,
but that's neither here
that's
nor
fine.
there.
Devontae Smith won a Heisman. He came into the NFL as one of the best receiver prospects that we had seen. If anything, he was undersized. If he had good size, he would have been one of the greatest receivers we've ever seen come into the NFL.
I agree.
So, like,
But he's not.
And then
But
well,
Kittle is miles ahead of Goddard.
Are
too.
you taking the Eagles or the 49ers?
I already said I'm taking the Eagles. They're more complete. The Eagles have the best pass defense in the league. Brock Purdy struggled against a bad Dallas pass defense. Now, and then the Dallas defense, who can't stop the run very well either. Christian McCaffrey couldn't get anything going against them. Deebo Samuel didn't do anything against the Cowboys. They scored 19 points against the Dallas Cowboys. If they score 19 points against the Eagles, they're going to get smacked.
Yeah.
I
Here's
don't-
the thing.
I
My
don't necessarily agree with that. Because
Well,
the
yes,
Niners
you're a
defense-
49ers fan.
No, but with the Niners defense, they can hold anyone to 14 or less.
I agree with you. Here's my issue, and I picked Chiefs Niners when we did our Super Bowl predictions before the playoffs started. So in a way, I want to be right because I haven't been right all year. So just to have that would be sick.
That'd be dope.
But with that being said, because of the way the 49ers played against Dallas, Dallas was in a position to win.
Yes.
The problem is once they lost Tony Pollard, we were talking about earlier,
no
the air
talent.
went out the entire team. So the lack of talent on that side of the ball, for me, was one of the big reasons that they lost. And I think the Eagles possess far more talent on offense. So I am slightly worried about the Niners. I think I lean Eagles in what's probably going to be a lower scoring game than what people think. Just because it is in Lincoln Financial. I think you got two. Jack's pissed. Jack's like, yeah.
Oh, keep down.
I think it could go either way,
Hold
but like
on to that chip on your shoulder, man.
Oh, bro, it's
the over under is
it's a big chip.
46. I think the over under is 46. I'm going to take the under on that personally. I think it's going to be a lower scoring. Both defenses are great. Niners defense is better. Eagles offense is better.
So you're saying the Eagles win in a low-scoring defensive battle?
I think it's just going to be lower scoring than you think.
I think it's the over. I think everybody's going to be hitting the under. I think it's actually going to go over. The Eagles actually have a better defense than the Niners, so whatever.
Yeah.
All right, I'm out. That was the stupidest shit ever. You think the Eagles have a better defense than the 49ers?
He can think whatever he wants.
Well, look.
Are you kidding me? Look at
like I said, the Niners have the Niners.
people
is
lie,
like,
numbers don't. You are lying out your fucking ass right
the
now.
numbers don't lie. 20th best pass defense in the league. The
Bro,
Eagles.
look
are
at
gonna
the whole
torch y'all.
defense as a whole. Every single statistic you can bring up. Yards, points, all that shit. Turnovers, the Niners lead the Eagles in that. I think the Eagles
have better, more. Have
Just
more
not
sacks, I
going
believe.
into like the rankings points allowed per game. The Niners give up 17.5. The Eagles give up 7 total yards per game.
7.
Wait, what?
That didn't make sense.
You're looking in the playoffs.
Is
This is playoff
ESPN
stats.
by playoffs?
Yeah,
yeah.
because 7
There's
would
no
be how much
way.
the
No way.
Giants.
7 would be like the greatest defense
Yeah,
of all time.
bro, we would have known that if that was the thing.
7, bro. Yo.
Oh my God! Yeah, the Niners would get smoked if that was the case. No, you look at the stats real quick. One of the reasons I think the Niners actually will come out and win this game, obviously super biased, but there's something to be said about letdown game and a get back game. And the Eagles right now are on a super, super high after beating the fuck out of a divisional rival in the Giants. And the Niners played one of their worst games that they've played, maybe the worst since Brock Purdy became the starter. Both of those trends have got to come to a medium at some point. It's a real get-back game for the Niners. It's a real letdown game for the Eagles. All the Eagles fans are like, no one can touch us.
Here's my one thought, and I think we've been saying it all year. I don't know if it's going to happen, but
Brock Purdy's going to look like a rookie at some point.
but
He did last week. And they still won.
Yeah.
there are enough variables to point that, like, yeah, that's still a possibility. So for me, again, I don't know who the fuck's going to win, who I think might win, where my gut goes. I go with the Eagles. That's
Same.
it. That's it.
I'm also taking the Eagles.
Here's why it's going to happen, though. The refs are going to fix this shit.
Probably.
The refs are going to fix both these games this weekend.
Please don't hedge your pick with the refs. That's the worst thing.
No. That's what I'm doing, though.
That's what only I could hedge.
You can no.
I'm a hedge guy.
But you hedge with like football
Scenarios.
stuff. You don't hedge with referees, bro.
No,
Like,
I'm
that's
not
bullshit.
hedging with referees. I'm hedging with the NFL and the script that they're
No,
trying
Let's
to
talk
write.
about the next game.
The script that
No.
the script that they're trying to write is Mahomes, one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time, and then Kelsey going up against his brother in the
No, no,
Super Bowl.
but
Two really big fan
no one
bases,
cares
really
about
fun,
Kelsey
good
versus,
fans.
No one cares about Kelsey versus
People
Kelsey.
love the
But I
Kelceys.
just want to acknowledge his point real quick
That's not a
about
sexy story.
it's not a sexy story.
At the beginning of the playoffs, your story that you wrote, A Song of Ice and Fire, was literally about Brock
Yeah, mine's a
Purdy, Mr.
tearjerker.
Irrelevant.
Mine's a tearjerker. For
Yeah, that's
sure.
what I'm saying. That's why the NFL
But-
wrote it.
but
Not
if
the
you're
Kelsey
talking
brothers
about-
going up against each other.
Hey, I don't think the NFL wants that because they got the East Coast bias. They love fucking Philly. They love Mahomes. They fucking
no,
suck
no.
his dick
Bro,
all
you're
the goddamn time. Anytime Mahomes makes any fucking
Jack,
throw that every other
Jack.
quarterback makes, they
Jack,
fucking hate him.
you're on the coast as well. Just
What?
on the opposite side. San
Yeah,
Francisco.
there's an East Coast bias. There's never
Get the
anyone
fuck
talking
outta
about
here.
the fucking West Coast list. It's LA.
What were you gonna
it's
say?
a shitty city.
I'm letting him go off. I mean, shit, go
Can,
out.
can we talk about the next
Go off.
game?
Yeah, after this, because I think
You don't want my thoughts?
and we do
I've
need
been
to talk
asking
about-
you. What are you
Russian.
Never asked me.
He said
Dude,
Eagles.
what about-
That's it.
The Eagles are going to win this game.
Thank you.
I don't
Why?
I don't really think it's a question. I think the Eagles
it's
are
a
the
Not
better
a
team.
question.
It's a
I think
question.
I think the Eagles are just the better team overall.
They are.
Their offense is going to outplay the D. Like I think like the Eagles defense is good enough where they're still like we
Eagles
always
defense
talk
is
about
great. They're
defense.
not good enough. They're
Defense
great.
wins games. The Eagles defense is good enough that the Niners won't be able to do anything on offense or not enough on offense.
And
And
the
the
Eagles'
Eagles
offense-
offense is good enough that they can penetrate. They will be able to penetrate.
Let me ask you a question.
That defense.
How much?
Noted.
How much of what you're thinking comes down to them being in Lincoln Financial? Because I think that plays a huge factor.
I don't care. They would win in San Fran too.
They give him 3 points, right?
Yeah, it makes a difference for sure, but like I don't really like I don't fully
2.5.
believe in that. Like if you're gonna, I mean like
I think that makes a huge. If
don't
it's in
know.
Levi's, I take San Francisco personally.
I think the Giants were gonna get crushed last week no matter what. Even
Well,
if
yeah,
it was at
yeah.
home.
I
Like,
think
I don't think it makes.
I
a
think the
difference. Like, yes,
Niners-
they got crushed and they were in Lincoln Financial, but like I don't actually.
I
Think
just
that's
I don't
why.
I don't know if
You
the
know,
Eagles have like that like
don't say
big
it.
enough like chip or motivation as the Niners do. Dude, like they've been underdogs this whole year. Like everyone's been counting them out, especially when Brock Purdy came in all this
Not
shit.
anymore.
And Kyle Shanahan knows how to motivate his fucking team too. Like I think going into Philly, they're gonna want that crowd noise. They're gonna want to have that kind of like fuck you mentality where like it's everyone against them. Like Debo
Look,
and
I'm
Trent
gonna be
Williams,
rooting
they all
for the
love
Niners.
that shit.
I'm gonna be rooting for the Niners because fuck Philly, but I still think they're the best. I still think they're the better team. I still think it's gonna be Chiefs Eagles in this.
Yeah,
Super Bowl.
to your point though, I love using that one too. Like obviously, the Eagles are coming off a huge win on a high horse, and the
Niners just looked beatable.
they looked beatable and they still won. So now they're gonna come fighting, but that only works in some. That doesn't always work. Like the Eagles were on a high horse all year, and they were winning game after game after game after game. You don't think teams were trying to dethrone them at that time? Like when everybody was saying the Eagles are the best team in football, they were still winning. So I think at this point, like they smacked the fuck out of the Giants, but
you
that
predicted.
right, but that's not getting to their head. They expected to do that. They knew the Giants. The Giants shouldn't even be on the same field as the Eagles. So like that isn't. I'm sorry, Matan, but like
Tom's face is like,
These are soft.
he agrees. He agrees. So it's not like
Denim.
it's not like when the Giants beat the Vikings, a game where like they had to prove themselves. The Eagles didn't prove nothing to nobody.
The
We knew
Eagles,
the Eagles
are
were good.
not even close to fraudulent. Like they,
Yeah.
whereas the Vikings were. You're gonna hate this take here.
Oh, Carl.
Kyle Saunders
Kyle.
says Eagles have a better pass rush
They do.
and they're gonna get to Purdy.
no, they had the most sacks in the league this year.
Yeah.
They also have more. Like they have more.
Yeah, they don't
pieces
have a
versus
better
the
pass
Niners.
rush.
Also,
Rusher?
backseat huddle told me that I had a goated take. So
I
that's
love
great.
backseat.
Also,
hustle. Hey, we're
Purdy's
following
good-
you on
Purdy's
TikTok.
better at
Love
getting
your
out of the pocket
content.
and passing under pressure than people think.
He is.
Backseat
He's-
hustle.
He's really
he can
good
move.
at that,
He
actually.
can
Backseat
move.
huddle.
Huddle. We follow him on
Ready,
TikTok.
break.
We did when we did our live. He joined us. We were talking.
Shout out, bro.
Backseat huddle.
All right,
what's
let's
up,
move
boy?
to the next game.
Yeah, let's move into the game we want to talk about. Bengals at Chiefs. Kansas City is now favored by a
Parodi
point.
and I are going to be there.
You two are going to
in
be there.
Kansas City.
All right.
fucking
Look for the
ride.
tall guy.
Shout out KC
I'm
Barbecue.
the tall guy.
Just
You'll be able
the
to
tall
find
guy.
me.
Doesn't have a
I'm
name.
The tall guy.
Kansas City Barbecue, best in the country. You'll see.
Damn right. I'm
Jack Stack.
I actually don't know where I'm going with this game. There's a gut feeling, and then there's like a.
I mean, there's a difference again between who I want to win and who I like.
Well, let's break it down. Who do you want to win?
I want the Chiefs to win. But
Okay.
I
Who do you
think
think's going to win?
something?
You
in,
want
like-
the Chiefs to win?
I do.
Why do you? What?
I told you this the
I do
other
too.
day.
I do too.
I just want to see Mahomes win. I want to see
deserves
Mahomes
it.
keep winning. Also,
He does deserve it, man.
I'm winning in our bracket. I don't know. We predicted Chiefs Eagles. I still think it's going to be that, but
Fuck
I
the
am
fucking Chiefs,
nervous
bro.
about the Bengals. The Bengals are really hot right now. They look really good. Mahomes is banged up, even though they say he's not. Like, come on, he is.
No, he's obviously banged up. They're just gonna shoot him up.
I'm
No,
nervous.
I was gonna say that
I think
video
the
that came
Bengals
out
have-
yesterday where everyone was like, "It's like, oh look, he's not limping or no boot or anything." I'm like,
Dude,
okay, he can fucking
He walked
walk.
5 steps.
Yeah.
That also,
He
like,
walked
it's not
off
like we
of a
saw him
stage and
running.
down,
Yeah,
like-
exactly under pressure.
No, he's
right?
gonna
So
be in pain. He's gonna-
I'm very curious.
There's
to
a
see,
reason the Bengals are favored
I'm
No, they're
very
not
curious to see
anymore.
Mahomes.
The line moved
because of that video.
because of that
ability.
video.
Are you serious?
Yes, they're favored by a point now.
The
Kansas
Chiefs
City.
are.
Kansas City. Yeah.
Well, I'm
I
still
think
taking
for
the
me, I saw
Bengals.
this.
That's
which is
so crazy, by the way, how much that one player impacts the entire
a
outcome.
Bengals
Well, yeah.
a Bengals fan
insane.
actually tweeted this, Evan McPhillips, but he obviously we talk about trading away Tyreek Hill, and we've talked about this briefly, but there are a number of key metrics that say Kansas City's team is better this year than without Tyreek, obviously. And for me, there's something to be said about the greatest player of all time, like being able to watch him, right? So like for us, our generation is very much driven by LeBron James. So like being in that and being able to talk about that is just very exciting to witness. The same thing with Patrick Mahomes. I kind of want to see that legacy be further cemented and like go down that path and see how it is. Like I want to see him be so built up that he almost becomes this villain, unfortunately, where he's like the greatest. And I'd love to see Patrick Mahomes get it done, especially with this ankle. But with that being said, like the Bengals, every single year,
The Bengals
every
should
single year, it's
win.
been 2 years, but every single game, we're like, it's not the Bengals, right?
The Bengals
Like,
should win this though. This is the game where it's like
I don't agree with that.
that narrative
should?
isn't.
I don't agree
They're
with
not
that.
favored. They're an Arrowhead.
Well, they were just favorites. So I mean, whoever's favorite or not. Well, you even said the Chiefs are now 1-point favorites.
Yeah.
So and you always talk
even.
about at home
The
3 points. So
yeah,
technically
so
the Bengals,
really the
are,
Bengals
favored.
are favorite.
But regardless, I think this is the one matchup where it's like it's finally not okay. The Bengals are the underdogs. Like really, this
I
one,
agree.
the Bengals, they're on everybody's radar. They're on the Chiefs' radar too, especially because the Chiefs haven't beat them. What Mahomes is 0-3
He's never
against
beat
the
Burrow.
Bengals. So now you lose, you make it 0-4, and the Bengals are coming out hot. Like they have been winning these games. They won easily against the Bills last week, a game that we thought was going to be a heavy hitter, and it wasn't. So I mean, I'll go with my take. I mean, I think the Chiefs. I don't necessarily think the Chiefs will win, but I want them
so
to win.
tough.
So I'm going to ride the Chiefs
Yeah.
here. I just want to see kind of what your comparison. There's something to be said about watching a player write the resume as the greatest of all time. Now, it doesn't mean he's going to be the greatest of all time, but he's one of the few players. He's the only player right now that we can say is on that trajectory, and it's fun to witness. So I want to see that get written out.
But-
And I just think Mahomes is easy to like, whereas LeBron
with
at
Joe.
that time was easy to hate.
Yes.
Joe Burrow's way easier to like
Patrick.
than Mahomes.
No, he's not. Why?
Because he's just. I think he's way more fun. Mahomes is more
not more
fun to
Mahomes-
watch, but Joe Burrow as a person is way like
Well, Patrick
cooler, can
Mahomes is
relate
not
to the
as like
regular guy.
a vibrant of a personality outside. Like,
Yeah.
you're not.
But that's a good thing. That's
I
a
don't
good
think-
thing
Yeah,
too
but
for
you
him.
can. There's so, dude. We work in era of social media. Like the Bengals social media team could be like, oh, let's film Joe
Yeah.
Burrow smoking a cigar. Let's post it.
That's-
Versus Patrick Mahomes, let's not post him doing something. Like,
I think it's different. What you're saying is like, yeah, Joe Burrow is like has more swag. Like he's
cool.
The way they make him look cool, whereas Patrick Mahomes is. I think that's what makes Patrick Mahomes cool is because he doesn't need the fucking spotlight. He's on a few commercials or whatever, but you never
Kermit the
hear about him
Frog.
doing anything outside. Like he's just doing his own thing. So I just think Patrick Mahomes is so easy to like. Like he's an easy superstar to love. The same way Steph Curry was for so many years. I love that comparison. Even better than LeBron because I think Steph
well,
was always-
LeBron's an easy target when you move teams. It's
LeBron made him like LeBron became the villain and like chose to become the
correct.
He knew what he was doing when he went to Miami.
Mahomes
Exactly.
can't be a villain. Like, he could, I guess,
Oh,
eventually.
he's-
But so far, like, we can't see. Like, it's hard.
He can certainly be a villain if you fucking beat your team in the Super Bowl and you have a bunch of friends who are fans
Sure.
of his
Yeah,
team.
Sure,
and
but
they
that's
give
like
you a little
natural-
shade.
Shade him, but
I
like-
fucking hate the
There's
goddamn
something to be
Kansas City
s-
Chiefs.
But there's something
They're
different.
so annoying.
Yeah, but here's the difference. There's something it's completely. The NBA, you go like, let's say you leave the Cavs, you go to the Heat. Everyone hates you. Everyone. For you, just because you hate the Chiefs and you hate Mahomes because you went to school there, like you hate those people there. So that's a very
See, I used
small
to- I
group of
used to
people.
like
But
the
the
Chiefs.
NFL fans do not hate Patrick Mahomes. So
Right.
the only way they might hate him, which it would never happen because it's just impossible with the cap in the NFL, is if he were to like leave, ask out right now, go to like
No.
I don't know, some crazy like that's the only scenario.
I think a way that people can start hating him is if he becomes the next Tom Brady. We all fucking hated the Patriots.
Yeah,
during
because
that
they kept
dynasty
winning.
run. because they're so annoyingly
They also
good.
were
Nah.
and the
cheaters.
Chiefs are
Yes.
so
They
annoyingly
were also
good.
cheaters.
I never gave a
That's
fuck
the
about that. To be
difference.
completely
Yes.
honest.
Yeah,
Thank
but
you, bro.
everyone did. They cheated
Yes.
like 3 times.
Totally.
Yeah,
Very
bro.
publicly.
Well
the Chiefs
said.
right now bred this team from the ground up.
Thank you,
and,
bro.
And
Warriors
lost one
did
of
that
the
too.
best
People
players
still hated the
and
Warriors.
haven't been in any kind of scandal yet. Who knows? But I'm just saying they're not rubbing me that way.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
I didn't seem like
You know what it is?
Good
The
take, good
Chiefs
take.
are a powerhouse with still like something. Still, like you still smell underdog in them, and what I mean
When
by
have you
that,
smelt underdog in
Let me
them?
explain. Like Andy Reid, like so many of these guys, bro, weren't supposed to be where they are today. Andy Reid was always known as the guy who can't get it done.
What does it smell
Horrible
like, by the
clock management. I don't know what underdog.
What do you think Andy
go
Reid
under?
smells like?
Go under. What does Andy Reid smell like?
Bratwurst.
Shit, burgers.
Burgers. Yeah.
with
Bro,
extra
he would
ketchup.
say that too.
Yeah,
He
yeah,
loves
exactly.
that.
Red
But
meat.
like Andy Reid is so
Heartburn.
not only is Mahomes likable, but Andy Reid is so likable. He was known until he won with the Chiefs as the guy who was always had success but couldn't get it done. Almost like if Shanahan keeps doing what he's doing now, getting very far, he's gonna have that reputation too, and it's gonna be great when he overcomes that. And Andy Reid was able to overcome that. Patrick Mahomes too, in college, like wasn't the guy, was always known like, oh, he's just a product of that air raid offense that Texas Tech had to sit behind Alex Smith. So the way they develop their guys is just like it's easy to root for them, even though they are such a powerhouse. So I just think, like,
Jack, who you taking?
man, Chiefs, man.
By the way, we can confirm Kyle Shanahan smells better than Andy Reid.
Oh no!
Oh yeah,
doubt
you
in
know
my
that guy
mind.
uses like
Well, you mentioned
Yeah,
Kyle
like
Shanahan.
Y'all are so-
he uses like
Calvin
Dior
Klein.
Sauvage or some
Yeah,
nice
some
shit.
fancy
like-
shit. Yeah.
Y'all are
What does
like
Jersey Jerry say?
weightist, bro.
What?
No,
Y'all are weightist. Weightist.
What does that mean?
It means you're like racist
Like
towards
racist
fat
towards
people.
fat people. Yeah, exactly.
Y'all are mean, bro. You tell me Mike McCarthy smells bad too. Y'all are rude, bro.
Well, body odor. Well, there's facts to point out. Yes.
Actually, you know what?
As you
Andy
get
Reid-
bigger, body odor becomes worse.
Does it
Andy
really?
Reid-
It's a health thing. Yes.
Oh, actually?
And
Yes.
you sweat more.
Sweat more.
Yeah.
So I guess I am weighted.
Andy Reid is pretty well kept though.
Fucked
He's
up.
got a well groomed mustache.
He is. He is.
Who
He's
you
also
taking?
a rich man.
You got
There's
Bengals
no
or
way.
Chiefs?
I want the Bengals, obviously.
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 I can't stand the fucking Chiefs, and their fans are so
I knew the
but their
answer to
fans
this.
are so arrogant and cocky. And y'all have only won one
should
fucking
be.
Super Bowl.
Yeah,
Y'all
but
won
they've
one
made
Super
what?
Bowl.
What is it?
I'll
4 or
take-
5 straight AFC championships?
That's cool,
Dude.
That's
Five?
like you know what that's like.
Jack.
That's like rooting for the Los Angeles Dodgers.
Hey, Jack.
y'all are so cocky for no what?
From a subjective standpoint, as a Niners fan, you're pretty cocky as well. And you haven't won one, but you've been to the promised
We've won
land.
five.
Niner fans aren't that cocky.
I'm
We're not
saying,
that
like,
cocky.
what do you mean? The last,
When have I been cocky like this whole year?
I also don't like the word cocky personally, but
Cocky's a very.
I think
it's an aggressive word.
I think with the
No,
Niners, I'm more confident. I'm not cocky. I'm like Niners fans. You don't see calling out other teams, being like, oh, like y'all fucking suck. You're not on our level. You go on Twitter, you see Chiefs fans doing that all the goddamn time. They're so arrogant.
like
They
Cowboy
think
fans
their
are
shit
cocky
don't
without
stink.
needing to be cocky. Like
Yeah.
that's an example. The Niners, I don't think are cocky.
But also, I feel like Bengals fans are a little bit like that. Maybe we just see it more often. They haven't won shit. So
Bengal fans are also very arrogant. Like super, like they have two years of good runs and they think they're fucking hot shit.
And they've never
But-
won
like
Super
someone
Bowl
talks shit
period.
about the
No,
Bengals and
yeah,
says like you're not going
right.
to win, and you're like,
It's really
did you
last year they were like the chip on their shoulder and like were I would say
And now this year
a
they're like,
little
we're
more
better
humble.
than you.
This year it's just like last year we made the fucking Super Bowl. We were the best team. Fuck
Yeah, yeah, and be confident, have fun
Yeah,
with your team and
exactly.
everything,
Like, I'm
but also just don't be a fucking dickhead. No, see, my heart is telling me the Bengals because they are a way more complete team, like on defense especially.
defense is
But-
overperforming.
But bro, that motherfucker Mahomes, he's gonna be playing.
That motherfucker Mahomes.
He's gonna be playing pissed off because they blew that 18-point lead in the AFC Championship at home again last year.
Dude,
He's
Andy
gonna
Reid's
smack.
doing something.
Patrick
to make sure
Mahomes
they
is
don't
about
lose this
to
game.
smack the fuck out of the Bengals.
Oh my God.
You think?
Like
They're about to win by 20.
What?
Mahomes throwing for 450 and 5 tutties.
well, then
I-
you
He's,
lost.
no,
You had me at
he's
20.
gonna
I was
have,
like,
he's
we're
gonna
not
have one
sup-
of those games. He's gonna have one of those games where like,
Can
holy
we-
I
fuck.
don't think it'll be 450, but I guess
Patrick
three
Mahomes
games
is
in
that
a row.
back and
motherfucker,
clip it?
man.
Can we
I know
run
we're
that-
not supposed to. We're not gonna be clipping today. We gotta clip that.
Yeah.
As much as I want the Bengals to win, I have a feeling Mahomes is gonna have one of the best games of his entire career. He's
Jack,
gonna,
you got way too
like,
many Bengals followers to be saying that egregious type of stuff.
I'm not a Bengals fan. I don't give a
but-
fuck.
Yeah, but
All right, so let's say Niners do win.
allegiances.
and
But
the
I
Chiefs-
will be wearing my Joe Burrow jersey to the game. I'll tell you that. Like,
Let's say your predictions come true. Niners face the Chiefs in the Super Bowl. Who wins?
wait, predictions episode next week.
Sorry, I just want to hear right now.
well, let's just get that hypothetical out there.
Things could change after a week.
I
We
love a
shouldn't-
nice revenge game.
Oh, yeah, you
That's a
called it.
revenge game for Kyle
And you did
Shanahan,
call that from the
for
jump.
Debo
He
Samuel,
did. He called it before the
for
playoffs.
all those boys. That's a big revenge game. They're gonna be playing pissed
The one
the
thing I
fuck
don't
off.
like is the red on red.
The red on
color
red. Those are
scheme.
a couple good uniform
They
matches
are.
right
I
there.
just, I like colors.
It looks good.
I like colors. I thought I
So
You
Mike's
like
got red
gonna
and
wear
yellow and
white.
red and gold.
yeah,
one
obviously.
one of them's gonna wear white.
Well, that's how it works.
I think it would be the Niners.
Same.
would.
So then it's your problem is entirely
It's just a lot of
irrelevant.
red. It's
Red
just a
on
lot
white.
of red.
Entirely
Red versus
irrelevant.
white.
It's just a
It's-
lot
yeah.
of red.
I hope that
But
happens.
it's
The
entirely
Niners.
irrelevant. They're wearing
Red's a
two
good
different
color.
color jerseys.
And red's a good color.
Yeah.
You're good.
I hope if that happens, the Niners are wearing red though, because
Eagles,
when we
Chiefs,
played
what
the Chiefs last time, we were wearing the whites. Bad luck.
Bad
Yeah.
luck. I see what you're doing.
Bad omen.
I
Yeah.
feel like that's what it would be. The
All right, so
the
you
Chiefs
got
white are nice.
you said Chiefs by 100,
No, by 20.
100 plus 80.
You know what a sexy uniform matchup is? Sorry, Cowboys Niners. Like
That was a
it's
good
such
one
a
last week,
good
bro.
uniform.
I
Like
did
That was
imagine
a
you just see
really
both
good
of them.
one.
The
It's sexy as fuck.
Yeah, I agree.
It's just
They're both great.
I said the same
I
thing
know-
after the Bucks game though. I was like, I thought like
Oh,
that was
Cowboys
the first
Bucks do
time
look
for
good,
me
too.
it opened my eyes to being like,
the Cowboys
they're
blue
pretty
ones
good.
are good.
yeah, I like
a good
those a lot.
uniform.
I also like the Thanksgiving ones.
All right, cool. Chiefs over Bengals. Chiefs by 6.
I got the Chiefs, but I don't know by how many points.
Do it
But
by
I also wouldn't be
Oh,
shocked.
well, I mean, he gave a prediction. I'm like, I'm gonna give my prediction too. I guess.
I think the Bengals also could like win by a field goal again. I got a hedge.
Like I'm not counting the Bengals out. If they win, I wouldn't be
I'm
shocked.
gonna say
I
Chiefs
just-
by 3.
Oh, all right.
Good. It's,
So
it's
the Bengals,
realistic.
so the Bengals are winning because we have that effect like NFL Live, you know.
Yeah,
yeah.
huge, bro.
Yeah, we have that following, bro.
All right, well, that's
what
predictions.
What about the other game? By how many points? The Niners.
Niners
I-
by 17.
Makes checks out.
I'm gonna say.
Eagles by 3. I never am good
gonna
at these score predictions. I have no
I'm
idea.
gonna say Eagles by 10.
I can't even solve the
10.
Rubik's
I
Cube.
like
Fuck
that.
you.
I was thinking Eagles by like 15, but I think 10 is like a because the Niners.
You want me to get another
Touchdown and a
goddamn
field
egg?
goal.
The Niners. Will
I'll get
score-
another egg right
the
now.
Niners will score like a garbage time touchdown, make it 10 probably.
Look, in all, we have good narratives we could play off of for all these games. I'm very
Bro,
excited for Monday's
I don't
episode.
fucking know what's gonna happen. I'm being asked to give a
He
prediction.
gets so
I
mad,
have no
bro.
fucking clue.
No.
I'm pulling this shit out of my ass. Ass talk.
The
Yeah.
the disrespect
Ain't no disrespect.
from I thought we were friends.
We got
Nah, bro, you pegged me in the back.
we got that was our prediction.
Yo,
Are we gonna put that? Video, are we gonna put that
pause.
with an egg?
Oh, that was too easy. I hate that shit. But that was too easy. You said
I missed it.
You
I
pegged
totally
me
missed
in
it.
the back.
Whatever. It's over. What we have some like hot takes or something.
No, let's ask people. We got people live.
A couple.
Any hot takes live while we're still here?
Well,
What were you gonna say, Felipe? We gotta wrap it up soon because
I
we've
was
been here
gonna
for a
say
long
something.
time. This is fun though, and also we just back to the Super Bowl talk. Us being in Glendale, being at Media Day, being able to like have a couple guests. You know that'll be released at a later time. That's gonna be a lot of fun, and I think even though there might be a few people here watching. Like we do owe it all to you guys to be able to have this opportunity, to have this platform, to see it grow at the rate it's grown is literally because of you guys, right? And those that are
100%.
likely watching are also
Or
big
listening.
Discord or listening, are big Discord members. And it started with the Discord. Like I remember when we started, we had like 20 heads in there, not
We're like,
even.
"That's
and
sick."
like to see it grow, like we can't thank you enough, and we're super grateful for it. So
Yeah, y'all some dogs, bro.
Yeah, I don't. There are no hot takes. Oh man, someone just James Cruz just commented. Purdy throwing 2 picks at least.
James
Facts.
Cruz, you're fucking stupid.
He's not stupid.
Love you,
no, you're
but
not stupid.
Bro,
You're,
I
you're
got you.
literally
Good
not
take.
stupid. The Eagles have the best pass defense in the league. Of course, Purdy's going to throw 2 picks. Yeah, I'll go out and say he'll throw
Purdy's
4.
thrown 2 picks Purdy's thrown 2 picks in 8 games played this year. What makes you think he's going to throw 2 in a
Because
game?
he's faced no good pass defenses, bro.
yes,
You want to hear the
Yeah, what
Kyle
we got?
Saunders gave his predictions for the
Let's
score.
hear it.
What
He
you
said
got?
33-28 for the Eagles,
Nice.
and then
Sounds reasonable.
54-51 KC.
God, that would get
Oh.
bricked
Total
up.
of
That would be
105. No, I
That
can't
would
do
be
math. That's not.
elite.
That is
how it
105.
works. That is 105.
Good job.
Dude, you made James Cruz cry. You just sent a crying emoji. You want to apologize to him? Be nice.
No. I don't want to apologize for
Hey.
slandering
Cruz,
my
Cruz,
team.
the rest of
behalf-
us are behind
yeah,
you.
on
You're
behalf
slandering
of-
my quarterback.
On
Behind
behalf
you,
of my
bro.
stupid
Yo, any
friend.
other hot takes? Y'all got
All right, let
a
me
hot
see if there's
take?
any hot takes in the Discord.
We got one hot
comments.
take coming, and then we're gonna wrap it up.
Yeah, I want to hear what you have to say.
Go check on my
People
dog.
still sleeping on big cock.
But I
man.
do think
Glock
back to the Joe
Purdy.
Burrow, Patrick Mahomes conversation. There, I think you said it best on the video that we did just release, and I wish I was here to defend it. there's not much to put Joe Burrow over Patrick Mahomes, but if Joe Burrow does beat Patrick Mahomes again, goes to the Super Bowl, to say who might have a better career trajectory, it's a conversation.
Because
career trajectory, is a different conversation. Yeah,
I'm
fine.
gonna.
I don't think we can have the conversation of like who's better right now.
No, we can't.
If Joe Burrow wins,
who could have a better career? Yeah,
if Joe Burrow wins a ring, if he wins the Super Bowl this year, there will be conversations had. Who's going to be the greater quarterback at the end of their career, Patrick Mahomes or Joe Burrow?
That is a valid
Joe Burrow's
conversation.
beaten Mahomes twice in the playoffs. At that point, has won the same amount of rings.
I will put valid conversation. What is not a valid conversation? I think what Felipe and I were misinterpreting your point as is that we can't yet open the conversation of like Burrow is on the same level as a quarterback as Mahomes yet. We can't, even if he wins the Super Bowl this year. All right, you want to hear the hot take that we got here?
We got one.
Let's use that. There's nothing really good in the Discord right now.
From James Cruz.
What up, James?
Fred Warner is the best player left in the playoffs.
I could get behind
other than
that.
Mahomes.
I can get behind that.
He's just trying to get Jack's love back. Isn't he the same?
Oh, he's a smart. That's a smart man.
One that
Yeah.
that Jack
One of
called stupid.
He's probably the best pass covering linebacker in the league. He's one of the best run defenders.
Probably the best
league.
linebacker in the league.
I don't think it's close. I think he is by far the best
Unless
linebacker.
we're considering like Micah.
Nah, Roquan. Nah, Micah's different.
Roquan's not on that level as him.
I'm taking Fred Warner over Roquan.
Yes, are you kidding me?
Roquan went to the Ravens defense, made them number one.
Are they number one?
Fred Warner's been on the Niners defense like for years, and they've been.
Voter
on the top
fatigue.
defenses.
Roquan's close.
Voter
To
fatigue.
say Roquan isn't close to Fred Warner is just not watching
not.
football.
I
It's
just think
just not watching football. You're biased, but you gotta watch more Ravens.
No, you need to watch more
Joe
49ers.
Burrow scored 7. I think Fred.
Is
Fred Warner.
is Roquan Smith going down the field and covering CeeDee Lamb for 30 yards?
Yes.
I don't think so.
Now Fred Warner's a better pass defender, but Roquan's a better blitzer. He's a better.
What other players?
Like
in
I
the
can't
playoffs?
pull out any stats out of my ass to be like Fred Warner's better, but like for me, if I'm taking Fred Warner
Well, you
or
can't say it
Roquan
that
Smith,
confidently then.
I can because I like what I've seen from Fred Warner. I think he's
Joe
the best
Burrow-
linebacker in football. Therefore, I'm going to take Fred Warner over Roquan
I
Smith.
think Warner
Can
is-
Roquan
I
Smith
think
be
Fred
number
Warner-
2?
I would take
I think
Shaq
Fred
Leonard
Warner is the
over.
best linebacker in football too, but it's not by a mile.
I'd take Shaq Leonard over.
Shaq Leonard, you could argue he's better
Roquan.
than Fred Warner.
By
You
the way,
could
we
argue
gotta-
a lot of guys are better than Fred Warner.
Someone just shouted out that we got to add this guy James to the Cappers because that's I am James on
on Discord.
Discord.
Wow.
Hey.
I'm
Shit.
James.
I'm James.
Legend.
He's he's on. He's
But
on
to
there a lot.
answer-
Discord legend. I'm James.
Well,
But to
Actually,
answer the question,
I
to
have
go
another
back
one.
to go back to the question,
Yeah.
I think like it's so tough, right? Because for us better players, like we don't give enough love to defensive players. We talked about it like a few episodes ago that defensive players should, or even offensive tackles or offensive linemen for that matter, deserve to be in the MVP
Trent
conversation.
Williams against Micah Parsons last week, 15 pass rushing attempts.
Yeah.
Let
Dude,
up
I saw
one
that
pressure.
video. Yeah, it was crazy.
One pressure.
I
That's
think,
insane.
I think, I don't know.
He might be the best player left in the playoffs, like just per
Yeah.
position. Like
Yeah, it's tough. I can't definitively say Fred Warner's the best player left in the playoffs, but he's definitely like in that top 10. Like
Well, he's definitely top 10. He's probably top
Trent,
5.
CMC, AJ Brown, Jalen Hurts, Joe Burrow, Jamar
Lane
Chase,
Johnson,
Lane Johnson. Even Jordan Mailata hasn't been as good as Lane Johnson, but Jordan Mailata's
Nick Bosa.
whatever his pipes, the fact that he can sing, that puts him in the top.
Yeah,
10 no
honestly,
matter
don't
what.
know shit about my life. I know you always talk about him. I think you
6'8"
only talk
from New
about him.
Zealand.
You only
Started
talk
playing
about him 'cause
football
he
like
can sing.
6, 7
I think
years
he's from
ago.
Samoa, is he not?
No, he's New Zealand.
New Zealand. I thought he was, or maybe there's Samoans.
Well, I think Fred Warner can be in the discussion for best player left, but I think a few players could be in that discussion.
I mean,
I
Patrick
think it's
Mahomes
probably
is-
between. Well, actually, yeah, it's Mahomes. But outside of Mahomes, then it's probably between your left tackle. What's his name?
Trent Williams.
Trent Williams, Lane Johnson, Fred Warner's there, Nick Bosa's there. So yeah,
All
it's
right.
tough.
One more hot take from the live chat here from Kyle Saunders, who's been active today. Hot take: the Cowboys won't get a whiff of the players next year. Ha ha, Felipe.
A whiff of the
A whiff
players.
of the players.
Like a,
I think
like an Andy
I
Reid
think I understand what he's talking about. Like we won't.
You won't be able to sign.
you
him.
won't
You're talking
get
about
any
free
of the-
agency and shit
Yeah,
like that.
I don't think
Of
he's
the playoffs. What did I say?
Oh, playoffs.
Oh,
Oh,
I
I
said
think
players?
it's
You
players.
said players. I was like, are we sniffing?
Sorry, whiff of the playoffs.
Well, I mean, if you look at the NFC East since like I think it was like 2000 and I don't know the past like 15 years or something like that, no team has repeated as the division champion. And just looking at the division, the NFC East, it's either the Cowboys or the Eagles winning, so the Cowboys have to win the division next year. And
Or the New
that means
Giants.
the Cowboys will
Or
make
the commies.
Or the commies.
Yeah, that's not gonna happen. The Cowboys will make the playoffs next year, but I don't think the Cowboys are that far.
What if
I'm
the
sorry,
Giants?
Tom.
If the Giants get a couple more pieces, they could.
Yeah,
they could do it.
Sure. I think the Giants fall back down to earth next year.
They have the second best quarterback in the division.
Well, but I mean, look, I think at this point, you're in a win now situation if you're the Cowboys, and I know they haven't shelled out top money or try to make a big trade for big time players, but they have to at receiver because you saw how bad you got hurt and burned against the Niners with only CeeDee Lamb.
So
I
from
think
my
they
previous
trade,
question that I
they trade for
fumbled,
DeAndre Hopkins.
what are the players that they
Dude,
whiff?
they're not going to get DeAndre Hopkins.
They trade for D Hop because Jerry Jones can. Jerry Jones wants to. He'll get every player in the league realistically wants to be a Cowboy. Like that just is what it
spoke
is.
to all of them?
Yeah, I spoke to every single one.
Every single one.
I was just checking. I didn't know. You said every
So here's
single
what the Cowboys will do. They're going to draft Bijan Robinson in the draft. Best running back prospect since Saquon,
Pollard,
Zeke.
Zeke, and Bijan. Okay, cool.
So no, Zeke's gone.
Zeke
And-
said he'll take less money to be there, and
Cool,
you know
we
Jerry
don't- we're not
Jones
gonna give
literally
you-
throttle cocks him. Is
Throttle
that
Cox.
He loves him.
So
Yeah,
we'll take
Cox.
Bijan in the draft. Pollard will probably walk. We won't have Zeke either. That's fine. We'll let both of them go. I don't give a shit. And then bring DeAndre Hopkins, and now you're one of the most talented offenses in the league.
And
I
yet
think
your
the Cowboys-
secondary will still be a problem.
Well, then we're going to draft in the second, third, fourth round some secondary. Try to get some secondary help.
Right,
too,
and then
for free
earlier
agency.
on, you
Maybe
said
sign
there's no
Chauncey
guarantee to hit those draft picks. if
Chauncey
you draft
Gardner-Johnson,
early on,
free
like
agent,
a
you could
DB
pick him
or
So
up
that
at
wasn't
corner.
on the podcast. But actually, the Cowboys have drafted some of the best, one of the best
No,
drafts.
I know.
period
I'm just
in the
like
past few years.
double checking that, like, right, it's not as easy to hit on draft picks.
But we're talking about first round picks. But once you start getting in the second and third round, you're not the first round. A lot of times you just go off of value rather than need.
Yes.
Or you reach on
Best
need
player
and don't get
available,
value.
usually.
Whereas in the second and third round, you got such deep analysis. This isn't even what he's asking, but Adam, of course, has to take it to another tangent. But you do so much research on what you need that you actually end up drafting guys that like the Niners were definitely confident in Fred Warner when they drafted him the fourth round. Like they were definitely confident in him. They didn't view him as a
Kittle in the
fourth
third.
round pick. They loved what they saw from him. So you're actually more likely to a lot of times to hit on those picks rather than the first where
That's
you think where you got to reach.
I would say like the Niners when they
Nice.
drafted Debo in the second round, they're like, this is our favorite player in the entire draft.
Really?
But
We
we're
got
not
Tra-
going to get him in the first round because we
We-
can get him in the second.
We got Trayvon Diggs in the second round when he came out the draft. We would have
busting
drafted
your
him at
balls.
16.
I'm just
if
busting
we
your
could've.
balls, and they were busted.
Consider him busted.
Good
All
thing we
right.
have an hour and a half at the Super Bowl because we can go all day.
We gotta
gotta wrap this
wrap
up.
up. But thanks
I'm
for
tired.
tuning in. Yo, if you're watching live on YouTube right now, and you're not in the Discord, I think the guys commenting right now are in the Discord. Definitely
Love you
join the
guys.
Discord. Follow us on all our socials at CapsOffPod on Instagram, at CapsOffPodcast on TikTok. Go to thegameday.com if you want to get your skin in the game on any bets for the Super Bowl, for AFC Championship weekend. And yeah, that's about it. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you Monday.
Love you. Championship weekend.
Bang, bang. How many people were